Yorkie the Barbarian here. Before the founding of House Yorkie, before Yorkshire was even on the map, so my people, the brigands, yeah. So let me take you back in time to my time in Golarion, Pathfinder Kingmaker. The only rank up we have is that one. No more regions to claim. So, let's head out. It's time, perhaps, to work our way up to Varnhold. First of all, we'll stop in at Silver Step to talk to Mim. Oh, what's this? Why is the first world thing shown?
I won't be halted.
What's going on? My bloody nymph friend here. There she is.
Where are you rushing off to, my hound? To face your own death?
Why are you here? Going to try and kill me again?
Why am I here? Kill you? Not today. Believe it or not, but I came here without evil intentions. I've been watching you, my hound. You've escaped my trap.
Yep.
You've destroyed my beautiful
Yep.
bloom flower. Such a strong will to live in such a fragile, mortal creature. Once, long ago, it hurt me to see flowers being torn apart by the wind. But today I watch you thrashing like a moth caught in a spider web, and I cannot turn my eyes away.
Yeah. Follow through on your statements. A passion will see was fragile. If I'm a moth caught in a spider's web, then what are you, the spider?
I am the web itself. The moment you took your first step on the road of the stolen lands, you fell under my power.
So, you were the one behind the bloom. What have my subjects or I done to you?
There was a time when I used to ask myself the same question. What had I and my 1,000 breaths ever done to them? Why had I to endure this? You're wrong to think that your problems began with you. The ever-blooming flower was created long before your barony was founded. I prepared my weapon long in advance, having no idea what I would turn it against. Everything has a price. Thousands of lives must be turned to dust for a single act of forgiveness.
I visited the first world and learned something about you. About your curse.
How? Though there's no point in asking. My untamed homeworld has many miracles to offer. One can never know what they will reveal, or to whom. So, what do you think of the proud, bitter, fallen nymph now, my hound?
I hold no grudge against you. It's actually been kind of fun.
How can a ruler so easily shake off the trouble that strikes his realm? I see everything. Soon you will turn to dust, together with your whole barony.
How about telling me your real name?
Names can be weapons in capable hands. You've no need to know my name. No need.
How about Varnhold? That's something to do with you?
I can answer, but will you believe me? I have nothing to do with it. But I know who is responsible. I won't tell you, though. Run now towards your death, hound. Run, hound, run! I want to see you stumble.
I'll ask you again, why are you here? Give me an honest answer. It seems pointless to have a conversation of hints and hidden meanings.
Why shouldn't the mistress visit her pet? Farewell, my hound. You have no idea what powers you've awakened, and now you voluntarily rush into their jaws. If you run your blade down their throats, I won't be disappointed. If you perish, I'll have forgotten you by dawn.
Yeah, methinks the lady doth protest too much. Right, let's get out of here. Out we go. Oh, we ain't rested. Rest first, then out we go. There. Oh, there's a bunch of these, isn't there? Need to go to the tavern first. Here we go. Let's have a word with this bozo. Kerrig's a cobbler, eh? An inconspicuous dwarf wearing a grey suit. Grey coat sits at the table sipping beer. As you, Octavia and Regengar appear at his table, he topples his mug, startled. Boo! You're asking about us, right? Well, we're here, so what's it you want from us, You've made a mistake. I have no idea who you are. Who are you? Why are you looking for Octavian Regengar? No, you're wrong. I'm just a simple cobbler. Regengar slams his fist on the table, almost hard enough to break the table legs. What the crap? Deadbeat. Talk, and I start cutting off fingers. Don't, please, not my fingers. I'll tell you everything. My name's Kerrig, just a humble merchant, servant of Maestro Janish. The look on Octavia's and Regengar's faces after hearing that name make the dwarf go pale and shrink into his chair. You know him, don't you? You could say that, and why did he send you here? I was his slave. I served the Maestro loyally for a long time, and he finally granted me freedom. He promised me a lot of money, enough to get to the Five Kings Mountains, and then some if I'd just do a simple task for him. Find out if a half-elf named Octavia and a half-orc named Regengar were living in the capital. Even if so, why they could be found. I don't know why he sent me. I'm no spy, just a simple cobbler. You believe in Mock? Strange it may seem, yes, he seems more like one who's been deceived than one who's deceiving. Using people in the dark without telling them the true purpose of their mission. Very much like Janish. I don't think he's a spy, I think he's bait. Reg, you believe him? Thinking the slime ball's lying. A cobbler, sure, everyone knows the Technic League's short on spies. Of course, they have to send cobblers, cooks and water carriers instead. So here's what I think. Let's drag him by the beard from the city gate to the palace and back. Maybe then he'll come up with something more clever along the way. Tell me, Kerrig. You know where we can find Janish? Yes, I do. Well, the Maestro will kill me. Abadar, what did I do to deserve this? Give me a map. I'll show you where he's holed up. Octavia and Regengar exchange looks. Looks like a trap. Of course it's a trap. It's the Maestro. Kerrig, you can't go back. Stay here. We always have need of skilled cobblers. Thank you, Your Grace. I'll serve you as loyally and truthfully as I did the Maestro. You just betrayed his location. Are you in need of new souls? You probably go through a lot of shoes in your journeys. Forgive me, I'm being overly chatty. It's all nerves, you see. May Abadar keep you safe. The dwarf rushes out of the tavern. Well, now we know where Janish is, waiting for us. He knows we're coming, of course. But we know that he knows, so that gives us an advantage. But does he know we know that he knows? Regengar frowns with exaggerated seriousness. Laughing, Octavia lightly flicks Regendar's nose. Unable to maintain his serious expression, he breaks down and laughs with her. So, we got that going on. Now, attend the debates, help the dwarves in trouble, and knock up at the trading post. Right. You can drop out for him. You can drop out for Knock Knock. And you can drop out for him. Right. Let's catch them up. A little rogue here. Unfounding Blade seems like a good one. Alchemist. Give you extra bombs. And give you haste. You've got haste. I think Lindsay's got that. Give you that. An alchemist with it can quickly create enough bombs to throw more than one in a single round. Yeah. And you get your serious wounds, I guess. Right. We've got a ton of things to do. There's the debates, there's Oleg's. There's the thing. So let's get up to Oleg's first. Sort these dumbass goblins out. Sort them out. Yeah, we're not interested in peaceful travellers. Enter.
I lead. You follow.
Long legs. Stumble across an ugly scene, a ragged pile of goblins. They're hiccuping violently, laughing, then hiccuping again. The air is so thick with alcohol fumes, flies lie dead in the dirt, and there's an odd vinegar smell as well. It appears the goblins have gotten into Oleg's stock and drank deep of its contents. Barrels lying splinters around the area, not a single one intact. Knock Knock surveys the goblin pile and glances at you with a shrug. No problem here, normal day for tribe. Would be worse if holiday. Is this your tribe? Yes, he sniffs again and You suddenly become more aware of the vinegar smell. They mark this as home. It will be hard to make them leave this home, though. He glances around in disapproval. It's much smaller than the capital. Capital would have more room for them. Not to have to lie in pile. Could be lying down drunk everywhere. Turns back to the group. You, runny long legs. Why did you stop running? Why make home here? The goblin lifts his head slightly. His tiny eyes blearily red. His legs are indeed long, and folded back, almost like a grasshopper. Kept getting chased, no place to settle down, got hungry, then caught, then we sent here, now. Caught by you. Big shanks, bigger than you. Long legs blinks. Long legs blinks and scratches the side of his head with his foot. Fatter, smelled better, big club. Was eating sheep. We tried to share his sheep with us by taking one, a small one, in the night while he snored. We not asked for, so he got mad. After eating half of us, he got so full, he ready to trade. He said if we find him something to wash other goblins down with, because he's still squirming in his gut, he let us go. We knew a place here at Post, but had to sample kegs to be sure. Some appreciation that is. Look, you can't just serve any old swill to the monster that swallowed your friends. You have to be sure it'll complement such coarse meat. Perhaps I should write a guide on pairing drinks for goblin cuisine. Make them leave or I'll do it myself. Listen. Knock knock big hero, you do what? Knock knock say. But, knock knock frowns, his ears twitching. Tell me where Big Shanks now. When he expect you back. Did Big Shanks follow you? Oh. There's Big Shanks. At the very moment there is another waft of foul air, and a shadow falls on the ground. All the goblins in the pile lift their heads as the new arrival, a towering hill giant with mismatched coveralls, a necklace of hands and skulls, and a makeshift club, composed of several timbers tied together with a rope. He looks very, very angry, not just at the pile of goblins, but at the splintered empty barrels. That him? Longlegs say unhelpfully. Well, it looks like we'll be doing more than merging a few goblins. Good, all chaotic neutral. This could be fun. Let's see how this plays out. The hill giant turns to you as if in challenge, points to himself and gives a rumbling growl, akin to gurk. Then turns to the goblins, his hands clenched on his club, and the growl grows louder. He points at the goblins, then points at his belly. The intent is clear. The goblins do not respond, not even Longlegs. Their eyes remained wide, frozen. Suddenly, Longlegs makes a high-pitched squeak and points at Knock Knock. He our leader, he our hero. He make us drink everything we promised. Also, he made us eat your sheep. Eat him, he an ugly friend. The hill giant snarls, lifts his club, then turns to you and Knock Knock and thrusts out his chin, pounding his chest and giving a thundering series of grunts that sound like a challenge. Knock Knock blinks. He, Munguk, says not in the mood to share. He says half-shanks are their guts his to eat. Can eat them all for all I care. He says he eats all half-shanks, that includes you. You are half-shank to him. You can understand him? I can. Got caught by hill giants once, kept as a toy for their kid until I ran away. I'll do something about it. Knock Knock hesitates for a moment, then presents an open palm and taps it with his finger. You suddenly realised he just did what seemed to be the goblinoid version of trade. You think he's asking what Monguk wants, but not about food, but currency is something of value. Here's a prize. Monguk looks sad. His eyebrows collapse and he gives a low grunt. The anger seems to have cooled down and he makes a rumble, staring off into space with a half-lidded gaze. He doesn't seem drunk, merely sad. He gives a grumble, then a sigh and a low exhaling rumble. Knock Knock sighs, listening, then translates, you think. Munguk not happy, he not hungry, just lonely. Says came here looking for mate to be happy. Knock Knock winces his face in disgust and shivers. Still he keeps going, but when he come, no wife. Goblins take his favourite half-sheep entrails, drink his liquor, he sent for them. And he sent them for, and he have nothing. A wife, really? Sad for him, Knock Knock gives a shiver. Cutting off legs be better than finding a mate. You need to tell him to look somewhere else for a wife. Knock Knock shrugs and emits a series of what passes for rumbles, and he makes a slow sack-shaped gesture in the air, then points at the gate of the fort. Munguk shakes his head slowly and sighs again, giving a low grumble in his belly. Knock Knock shakes his head. No. Then he look everywhere. Well, send him somewhere. Knock Knock gives a reluctant nod. Think, then makes an interrogatory grumble. Munguk looks confused, at which Knock Knock repeats himself more firmly. He traces his fingers across his palm, as if providing a map. The giant looks blearily at it. Alright, he's going. Munguk absorbs this dully, then glances at the goblins. He gives a short dismissive grunt, then back at Knock Knock and shrugs. Then to your surprise, he lumbers out over his club over his shoulder. What do you say to him? Just make sense to him with words like hero. Knock Knock puffs triumphantly. Then Munguk to capital. Lots of women. He have all he need to choose wife. Oh, good. Hey, an idiot. Never mind that, of course you are. Knock Knock looks from his puffed upness, then his ears drooping. I not counsel well, but hero good at chasing off giant means Knock Knock good hero, right? Ignoring him, pile of goblins are all watching you as they sober up. The goblins seem ready to bolt. You catch Longlegs slowly uncurling himself from the pile, apparently ready to run. You do notice a number of goblins are looking at Knock Knock with a strange fascination. Dealing with a giant must have impressed them. Knock Knock, none of you move, we're not done here. We not go anywhere, Longlegs says slowly. We not have anywhere to go. Maybe all stay here, yes? Knock Knock, deal with your tribe. Knock Knock steps forward and gives a series of cracking hisses to get attention, and all the goblins stare at him. After their eyes are on him, Knock Knock, his eyes narrowed, goes to each one of them in turn, raps them twice on the head, hard. They wince but say nothing, except for one feeble groan from a goblin more sober than the rest. Make great deal with you. You need to go to bigger place or I hit you again, I show you. The goblins stare blankly at this. Knock Knock sighs. Me, big hero, follow me, take you to new place. The goblins nod and begin to untangle themselves, but they are doing what Knock Knock says. Some of them rubbing their heads. Knock Knock turns to you. Big hero, Knock Knock, take them all. Take care of them. All good. Where are you taking them? Knock Knock pauses if he's forgotten what happened. And you realise he has. Capital big enough. Yes, capital. Well, you can stop him. He turns to the goblins. Oh, you go to capital. Knock Knock command you. Go. Oh my, just. Jubilos stands with his mouth open for a few minutes, obviously at a loss for words. Then sighs with a defeated look on his face. Oh my. The end of your barony just grew closer, much closer. More green cute, he's nice. And you all should stop yelling at Knock Knock. Can't you see how hard he's trying to be a good advisor? To your horror, the goblins scamper away, running in all directions, but towards the direction of your capital city. Well, that's a thing that happened. I guess we can leave now. $20,000 left almost. And over to the inconsequent debates. Take care of Munguk. Project Build a Town. Valerie.
Time to get some rest, isn't it?
Not yet.
require rest.
Failure for darker than black. No words of the High Priest could console the grief-stricken parents or calm the outraged locals. The true culprits were soon discovered. The servants of dark gods using the blood of innocents for their dark rituals. But even now the rumours continue to spread. This dark sect has taken refuge somewhere in the Stolen Lands and must be dealt with as soon as possible. Damn it. At least it didn't damage the stability there. Poltergeist in the temple. Get that taken care of at him.
Oh, time to get some rest, isn't it?
A very pale gnome with a dull brittle hair is scribbling something busily on a small scroll, not looking up as you approach. Ah, here you are, at last. Go read the rules quickly, they're posted a little further along. The other teams have already arrived. The hero said we'll start as soon as you show up and read the rules. Of course, I'm famous enough for my admirers to follow my every move. But still, I'd like to know, how did you know we were coming? The gnome shrugs. The host said so. Well, are you going to keep us waiting? Keep wasting time? Read the rules and we'll start. Alright. Fixing his glasses, Jubilost looks at the paper describing the rules. Well, let's see. I'll read out loud so that everyone can hear. Rules with inconsequent debates. Year to be added later. I see the authors didn't overstrain themselves, so those are rules. Item 1, obey the host in everything. Item 2, come in triplets. Item 3, no fighting, no killing each other, even temporarily, even if you really want to, even if you apologise later. Item 4, the most important one, the participants must assume the shape of a giant frog. Jubilost looks puzzled. A frog? That have to do with anything. And those are right rules for the competition. What a responsible wordmonger made. What's this? Am I a frog? It's not difficult to see that the text of the last item of the rules is a little different from the others. It looks like someone just added it, vaguely copying the style. Last rule has been added to the others. I would say someone inserted it on purpose and charmed the scroll somehow. That's sabotage! The huge frog keeps his peace and croaks in indignation. Turning me, into a giant ugly toad? It's an improvement, mate. How would you please tell me, am I supposed to participate in the debates like this? I didn't carefully rehearse my image and the impressions I make on the listeners, just to lose it all in a snap. And what if this spell can't be lifted? My admirers won't even recognise me. Don't be upset, you're not an ugly frog, in fact you're rather a handsome one. No, I can't bear this. Are you saying that the last rule was written in? Some other participant must have done it to hinder us. Yorkie the Barbarian, we need to find the trickster. These are the circumstances, we'll just go as is. Hey friends, the host thinks we're ready to start. Get ready to tremble, you're going to be competing against some great and mighty. Yee. The hooded creature looks mundane, but after looking for a time, one might notice the figure's contours tremble and flow as in a haze. Welcome to the inconsequent debates. You can call us the host. We are the reason for all that happens here today. You've read the rules, have you not? Not that there is anything useful in them. We only made up the real rules the day after tomorrow, then forgot them and had to make up new ones. So it's simple. You want, as your reward, for us to answer a question. So the competition will involve answering questions. We ask, and each in turn, and one in each triplet answers. Always the same one. The others can only prompt. Let's see. It will be you, little kobold, you, Sir Alfred, you, nerd, and you, Yorkie the Barbarian. Remember one thing, here at the inconsequent debates there are no right or wrong answers. Every answer has weight, and each will be weighed. Don't choose the lightest one, your rival might find a heavier argument And most important, light answers are no fun for us. Let's begin. Let's just get on with it. Begins, the kobold jumps for joy. We are ready, the knight says resolutely, despite the tentacles. Alright, let's see how tough they have it in the first world. Some of you look so serious. Thus we'll begin with a question about weighty matters. What can move a mountain? You'll be lost, Lindsay. What's our answer? Oh, I shouldn't have skipped my philosophy lessons at the academy. Such problems baffle me. It's not because I can't think of an answer, but because I think of 1,000 of them at once. I don't know where I can hide from them. Let's see. We're dealing with a Fae in the first world, and they told us clearly that trivial answers don't cut it. I think that the good answer is its own will. The first world mountains often change position, and there's at least one that does it of its own free will. That's Ulas, one of the Tain, the walking mountains. Right, we'll go with that. We heard you. What will the others say? What can move a mountain? The little kobold frowns desperately. Maybe dragon. Dragon can move mountain. Faith and divine intervention, says Alfrey. Do you hear, my faithful tentacles? Faith nourishes us. With devout faith in our tentacles and a righteous cause, everything is within our tentacles. A teleportation spell, ha ha ha. I could probably manage moving a hill or two. In fact, that gives me an idea. We've heard you, now you hear us. Of course gods and magic can move mountains. That answer is good for any question. How can one jump over a house? Magic. How can you paint a fence yellow using blue paint? Divine intervention. Such light answers are the weakest. A good answer is its own free will. Will and a desire lie at the base of all our motions, actions, and decisions. If the mountain has a will, it will surely find a way to move. That was an interesting round. Let the next question be heard. What weakens when owned by many and dies if owned by none? You be lost? Well, I'm sorry, I got distracted. Those mosquitoes are so delicious. The frog stops for a moment and then starts to curse. Demons take those mosquitoes. I'll go mad in this ship. So the answer, I think, is glory. It can't belong to many, otherwise the value of each is diminished. No. I think it's a secret. The little kobold looks as if he's about to cry. I don't know this. Maybe it's dragon? It's a knight's heart. I swear by my tentacles. It can belong to himself or to a righteous cause, or to his greatest tentacles. It can't belong to everybody. Yeah, look how I can roll my eyes, says the giant frog. Fools, concentrate on the competition. This won't do. We won't accept the answer from Zottenroppel. Triplet this round. But you are a spectacular eye roller. Now, as for the other answers, the heart is not the best answer. Even among knights there are many whose hearts belong to beautiful women, and even a beloved mother, plus their friends, their commander, their righteous cause, and a delicious lunch. Especially a delicious lunch. And it doesn't seem that these hearts that belong to many grow any weaker. A secret is a good answer. The more souls that know it, the less mysterious it is. But without a single bearer, it will die. Your triplet wins this round, Baron. Here, the third question. Each of us is born at the same time with a monster. Each day we live it, it grows. It can torment, bring us joy, or kill without a single wound. What is it? I'm thinking of memory. Jubilas, what do you say? Considering the question is asked by a representative of the Fae, the answer could be anything from singing to love of pastries. Let's think logically. The last part of the riddle can easily be ignored, because just about anything in the world can aid or ruin you depending on the circumstances. What's important is that the riddle clearly points to some quality or property of a living creature, something that is born with us. Another point, it grows, I would say knowledge. Each new day brings something new, so our knowledge of ourselves and the world keeps growing. Some, though, the process is ridiculously slow. Knowledge would work, but I'm saying memory. We've heard you, what will the others say? The little kobold grabs his head, stressed. Maybe it's dragon? It's curiosity. It's born with us, It grows day by day. It saves us from the bleaching. And if you only knew how many it's killed. I don't know if the answer will do, but the greatest tentacles is the one that lives inside us. We grow a tentacles beast in our soul. We feed it with wrath, neglect, and tentacles. Eventually, it could break free and kill us, but tentacles must admit, the same beast gives strength to villains and tentacles. The poison we feed our monster only nourishes them. Interesting answers, except for the dragon. The dragon doesn't count, alas. Curiosity is also insufficient. The monster we describe must grow by its own nature grow. Many see their curiosity dim over the years. Memory is a good answer. We also like the idea that the inner beast inside each of us. Both of these answers are sadly light, but we are ready to accept them. For this round we shall have two winners. The triplet of Sir Alfrey, the triplet of the Baron. Maybe the knowledge was right then. One final trial and we will sum up the results. I grow tired of questions. Do you know the game, Knight Dragon Snag? The knight defeats the dragon burns the snag. But if the knight walks in the woods, he will stumble on the snag and die. That's why the snag defeats the knight. Children's games, great. These are the inconsequent debates. Why not play a game? So you break up into pairs and yell out your chosen word at the signal. The one who shouts knight defeats the one who shouts dragon. The one who shouts dragon defeats the one who shouts snag. And snag defeats knight. We'll play Sir Alfrey against the kobold, nerd against the baron. The winners will then play each other as the first pair. Ready? Yell on three. 1, 2, 3. Sir Alfrey knight beating kobold dragon. That was also predictable, but charming in a way. The host is obviously enjoying the game. It's a good thing we didn't look ahead. It's much more fun to see it unfold like this. Sir Alfrey wins. Now for the second pair. 1, 2, 3. I think we're going... Dragon. Dragon, nerd shouts. Performing a spot-on impersonation of the kobold. Then falls over laughing. Looks like her own amusement is more important than the competition. A tie. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Snag. Oh, another tie. The Baron is like my other brother. We think exactly the same. Snag. He's going to try and beat Snag. He's going to go Dragon. So Knight. Oh, Nerd won. Wins this round. Don't sigh someone for little Jubilost. Your disappointment will make all the flowers within 100 steps wilt and die. Besides, all is not lost. The results have yet to be tallied. The final pair, Nerd against Sir Alfrey. 1, 2, 3. Sir Alfrey takes a deep breath and then... but then the curse takes over. Tentacles. Drat. Nerd begins. Then she hears what opponent had shouted. Refuses to finish and doubles over with laughter. No one wins this round. Well, it was fun anyway. Now it's time to announce the winner of the debates. After 4 tests, the triplet of Baron and Sir Jubilost wins. It was most amusing, children. Most amusing. You should know that this is rare praise from us. Congratulations, sirs and ladies. I swear by my tentacles it was a worthy struggle. Baron, as the voice of the triplet, you may ask us one question promised, and another question beside that, as an extra reward for ingenuity or luck you demonstrated in the competition. Yorkie the Barbarian, do you remember the fate of Gnome? Jubilost suddenly stops talking. He opens and closes his mouth, but no sound comes out. Have a silence spell, mate. Ha ha ha. I love it. Now what's he going to do? Come, brothers, let's run. Now, everything in your hands, Yorkie the Barbarian. Think well upon your questions. We will answer honestly, but I don't know is also an honest answer. Ask about what a horse from the first world might know. Why did gnomes leave the first world? There is a question. We knew it would be asked, but a simple answer and a light answer has no value, right? We hope our debates convince you of this. That is why we present to you another answer, a good one, a valuable one. Numbers will help you on your way. One of them is fifth in 10. It will be easy to find if you read. Who opened the road for the ancient dead man and his black-feathered messenger? The second is 12 times in a dozen, and thrice the number of those who lost their faces. Don't try to guess it now, it's not yet time. Wait until he who is born twice will twice be defeated. Put the two numbers together. When the moon leaves her path near the waters of the Candlemere, find the one who will open the secret. A heap of senseless mumble instead of a... First walk the road, then you may accuse of being senseless, but in the end, you won't. I want to know about the bloom. Oh, that's easy, or is it? Once a very powerful creature from the First World unwisely provoked the rage. Oh, you're just telling me what I know. We have the answer, and yet we don't. But what an adventure, Yorkie the Barbarian. We'll have to discuss this further in our return to the capital. Farewell, and we almost forgot. You little creature, you didn't win, but you managed to make us laugh. You want to come with us? No promises you'll be turned into a dragon, but still. Kobold jumps for joy, but then carefully asks, pointing at his gerbos, "Take my French, yes?" "Alright, fine," the hooded creature laughs. "Listen all, inconsequent debates are now closed. We spare all of you the effects of the Zoltan top tricks and bid you farewell." Alright. Discuss with Jubilost. Back in the castle.
I require rest.
I'm sure you do. Right, we need to make our way over there and then down. And we'll end when we get close. Right.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration. I'm writing you out of our story.
There we are. Nice. Nope, not talking to you. There's a scandal in the capital. That's not good. Right, we will come back to that next time and take it from there. I've been Yorkie the Barbarian, you've been wonderful, and this has been Pathfinder Kingmaker. Bye now.